start the vlog. So yeah, so far so good. And yeah, I think I'll talk a bit about parasociality. Yeah, I have quite a lot of this kind of parasocial relationships. Although, like, I would prefer to imagine myself to be above that thing. Like, it kind of works, like with advertising. If you ask anybody, they tell you, "Oh, advertising doesn't work on me," and so on. But it actually does work on, like, almost everyone. Basically, everyone on some levels. But yeah, it's something you can really pretend that it doesn't work on you. Because, like, how can you prove that, that you got something with advertising or whatever? So I think it's kind of similar situation with this parasocial thing, where basically nowadays everyone kind of gets that vibe. Yeah, like, just it's it used to be much harder to know much about anything about creative people that you interact with their with their art or whatever. It used to be much harder, because of course there was no internet, no social media, and so on. So only rarely would people get this kind of intense parasocial feeling towards another person. Nowadays, though, it changed a lot. I think it's like, this change from authenticity to propheticity. Although I think it was like first technological and then cultural change, the other way around. But anyway, yeah, it's now we have social media and people who make creative stuff. They usually have to, like, push it out, promote their personal branding and whatever. So there's much more, like, private stuff coming out of people that you may know as authors, right? And yeah, that's like a big change, I think. And yeah, everyone is getting this kind of parasocial relationships, but I think, like, yeah, most people, I imagine at least, kind of like me, they don't really act much about this. This is like, you kind of feel like you know this person, but you know that you don't know this person, that kind of thing. And there's a problem always whenever you actually do interact with a person that you have this kind of parasocial relationship, because then it is kind of impossible to just, like, act normally. I mean, you can act normally in the sense you don't have to do anything weird, but you will feel weird because this person, like, their persona, basically, not necessarily who they are, but how they act in front of the camera or whatever, like how they write. Some things about them, and often actually quite a lot of things about them, and this creates this kind of illusion that you know them. the parasociality, right? And on the other hand, they don't know anything about you. They may assume you're a fan or something, depending on how you interact with them, but they don't know it, and maybe depending how you interact with them, they don't know if you're even a fan or whatever. Maybe they assume you're a hater who reached out to crush them or find some way to get at them or whatever. So there's a huge imbalance in this relationship when there comes to interaction, because there isn't really a relationship. That's the thing. The parasocial, it's para. It's not real relationship, but it's imaginary relationship that you have in your head. One-way street kind of. Then it also kind of gives you advantage when you do reach out to this person, because you know a lot about them. It doesn't have to be like a true view on them, right? It can be very distorted. It could be like completely artificial. But you know that already, and they know actually, even if it's fake persona, they still know that this is their public persona. And if they interact with a fan, or even more if they interact with a hater, they kind of have to take that into account, right? No, they have to know this like the things that you know about them, especially if they're fake. They kind of have to act on them if they want to retain whatever reputation they have. So I'm not thinking about Tucker Carlson, because he's been fired from Fox News recently, and it's not surprising. It turns out that he was this kind of sort of liberal elite, maybe not even liberal, but just not really ideological, but definitely not a Trump supporter, culturally. And turns out that he was kind of manipulating this parasocial relationship that his fans developed with him, and this kind of stuff. Anyway, yeah, I mean, good luck for Tucker with maybe his presidential ambition or whatever. And yeah, I will finish now because the previous one uploaded for a very long time.